Hello students, welcome to lesson 11 on trigonometry. I hope you are all doing well. Good. The last time we met, we looked at trigonometric ratios of complementary angles. So where we established the fact that in a right angle triangle, the other two angles apart from 90 degrees are complementary. So we saw that alpha and theta are complementary. They are complementary because they sum up to 90 degrees. Good. We then looked at the trig ratios of these complementary angles. So we saw that sine theta, according to our right angle triangle, is A over C. We also saw that cos alpha, according to this right angle triangle, is A over C. We saw that sine alpha is what? B over C, and cos theta is B over C. So sine theta is A over C, cos alpha is A over C, sine alpha is B over C, and cos theta B over C. So comparing, we realize that sine theta is the same as cos alpha. And then sine alpha is also the same as cos theta. Good. So we concluded that in a right angle triangle where B and A are complementary angles, the sine of A is the same as the cosine of B. So sine A is the same as cos B. So if you want the angles to be in terms of A, then sine A will be equal to cos into bracket 90 minus what? A, because the B is the same as what? 90 minus what? A. Also, if we started with sine B, then sine B will be equal to cos A. And if you want the angles to be in terms of only B, then sine B will be equal to cos into bracket 90 minus B, because 90 minus B is the same as what? As A. Okay? Good. So basically that is what we did at in our previous lesson. That is what we looked at in our previous lesson. Now in our lesson today, we are going to apply this concept in solving some examples. So we are going to apply this concept in solving some examples. Okay, that is what we are going to do basically. Good. But before we move on, in order to remember this, okay, in order not to memorize these equations, you have to know the statement in your mind. So the statement should be kept in your mind. So I'm going to give this equation in a statement form. I won't write it, but you have to write it as I speak. Okay? Good. So write this down. In every right angle triangle, the sine of an angle, in every right angle triangle, the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. I'm giving it again. In every right angle triangle, the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. The sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. I hope you have the statement down. Last one. In every right angle triangle, the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of its complement. Good. I know now you have it. So keep this statement in mind, okay, and apply it whenever you see it. Good. Now, I want us to be specific small. Use specific example to see it clearly, okay? Use specific example to see the statement in action, right? So let's look at it. So if I have sine 60 degrees, what will this be equal to in terms of cosine? Think about it and give me the answer. Good. So it's going to be what? Cos 30 degrees. You are right. Cos 30 degrees. So why? Why is it cos 30 degrees? Good. So you know that we just learned that the sine of an angle is equal to the cosine of what? Its complement. So if we were given sine 60, then the complement of 60 is what? 30. And therefore, sine 60 degrees will be equal to what? Cos 30 degrees. Good. What of sine, let's say, 30 degrees? What will it be equal to in terms of cosine? It will be what? It will be cos 60. Good. Cos 60 degrees. Cos 60 degrees. So sine 30 degrees is the same as cos 60 degrees. Sine 60 degrees is the same as cos 30 degrees. Good. What of this one? This one. Sine 0 degrees. Sine 0 degrees. It will be what? Cos 90. Good. Cos 90 degrees. Why? Because 0 plus 90 is what? 90. And therefore, they are what? Complementary. So sine 0 degrees is the same as what? Cos 90 degrees. Last one. What of sine 45 degrees? Sine 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees will also be what? Cos 45 degrees. Good. Cos 45 degrees. So sine 45 degrees is the same as what? Cos 45 degrees, because 45 and 45 are what? Complementary angle. So student, I hope you've gotten the concept. Are you sure? Okay. So quickly, what will this one be? This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Only this one pair. This one. Cos 70 degrees. Cos 70 degrees. It will be what? Sine 20. Good. Sine 20 degrees. Good. Because 70 and 20 are complementary angles. Good. So students, just keep these equations in mind or these conditions in mind, and you are good to go. Anywhere you see it in play, you apply the theorem and then you get the answer. Good. So that being said, let's quickly look at our first example on trigonometric ratio of complementary angles. Good. So the question is, given that sine 30 degrees equals cos y degrees, find y. So let's quickly look at the solution. So given that sine 30 degrees equals cos y degrees, find y. So we have sine 30 degrees to be equal to cos what? Y degrees. Good. So we know that this will only hold if and only if 30 degrees plus y degrees equals what? 90 degrees. So we have to put that equation down, that 30 degrees plus y degrees should be equal to what? 90 degrees, if and only if sine 30 degrees is equal to what? Cos y degrees. Good. So now, making y the subject, we are going to have y degrees is equal to 90 degrees minus 30 degrees. So we'll have y degrees to be equal to what? 60 degrees. So our y will be equal to what? 60, because the units will cancel out and we'll get our y to be what? 60. Good. So that is the answer to the first example. Now let's look at example 2. Example 2. So given that sine into bracket theta plus 30 bracket closed degrees is equal to cos 40 degrees, we have to find theta. We have to find theta. So the same concept, nothing new. The same concept. Just apply it and you get the answer. So sine into bracket theta plus 30, okay, degrees equals cos 40 degrees. So we know that this will only be possible if and only if this angle here plus this angle here will give us what? 90 degrees. So this condition holds if and only if theta plus 30 degrees plus 40 degrees is equal to what? 90 degrees. So let's put that one down. So theta plus 30 degrees, okay, plus 40 degrees should be equal to what? 90 degrees. Okay, so theta plus 30 degrees plus 40 degrees should be equal to what? 90 degrees. So solving for theta, we are going to have theta plus 30 degrees to be equal to 90 degrees minus 40 degrees. So we have theta plus 30 will be equal to what? 50 degrees. Okay, so now they are all in terms of degrees, so the degrees will cancel out because they are the same unit. So you are going to have theta plus 30 equals 50. So theta will now be equal to 50 minus 30, and then finally theta will be equal to what? 20. So theta is what? 20. Sorry. Now you can check to see whether you are right or not. So putting 20 degrees in place of theta here, okay, 20 plus 30 will give us what? 50. Good. So 50 plus 40 will give us what? 90. So once it satisfies it, you are good to go. It's correct. Okay, so you can check. If you are done, you can check to see whether you are right or not. Putting 20 here, 20 plus 30 is 50, and 50 plus 40 is what? 90. So we are true. We are correct. Good. Let's now look at example 3. Example 3. This will be the last one I'll do. Okay, I've tried today, dear. I've tried. Alright, so let's look at it. Solution. So don't get scared by the question. Just apply the concept, and that is all. So we are to look at this one. If cos into bracket 3y plus 20, okay, degrees is equal to sine into bracket 2y plus 5 degrees, then we are to find what? Y. So the same idea, cos into bracket 3y plus 20 should be equal to sine into bracket 2y plus 5. Okay, so this holds if and only if 3y plus 20 then plus 2y plus 5, okay, equals what? 90 degrees. Okay, so now they are of the same unit, so we can put the units down, simplify, then we can deal with the units later. So adding them, we are going to have 3y plus 2y to give us 5y, and then 20 plus 5 to give us 25. So we are going to have 5y, okay, plus 25, all in terms of what? Degrees, is equal to what? 90 degrees. So getting rid of the degrees because they are of the same unit, we are going to have 5y plus 25 equals 90. So 5y will be equal to 90, okay, 90 minus 25. And this will give us what? 75. Okay, so 90 minus 25 will give us what? Oh, sorry. Will give us 65. 65. Sorry, 65. What a rush. 65. Good. So we are going to have 65. So 5y will be equal to what? 65. Good. So now, making y the subject, y will be equal to 65 divided by what? By 5. 65 divided by 5. And what would this be equal to? 65 divided by 5. Good. So 5 goes into itself, 1 goes into this 1, and the 1 will be what? 3. So you get 13, right? 13. So y equals 13. Good. Y equals 13. Right. So that is the answer to example 3. That is the answer to example 3. So students, I will end here and give example 4 to you as an assignment. Okay? So try your hands on the example 4. Don't get scared by the question. Apply the concept. You get the answer. Good. So till we meet again, revise, read ahead, stay safe. Bye.